Hey, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with Urban Night Girl. Hey, Urban Night Girl, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
I'm laughing because I've already messed up the first video. So this is take two, okay?
Thank you. Bloopers.
Okay, so Urban Night Girl is going to be speaking at the Empowered Light Holistic Expo August 1st and 2nd. It's at the Destin Fort Walton Beach Convention Center. And the topic is really very heavy in disclosure topics, which is very exciting. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do and what you'll be speaking at the expo?
Well, thank you. Yes.
All in one sentence or less, right?
Right. I am involved in quite a few things that have take me to a very broad spectrum of work. Some is under more secretive, there's some things that I do that are just a lot behind the scenes that we are going to avoid talking about today because there's people's names and children that are needing
Right.
that, and then there's other
Confidentiality.
things that I can share. So I'll start with I'm just a mom, an entrepreneur, and a lover of children, and I was a business owner and a mother most of my life, and I had a heart to start helping those in the streets and that are less fortunate. And I got involved in a group of people that were, feeding the homeless and helping others. And it filled my heart. And I just paid attention and I listened and I learned and I watched to see what was happening, what was the cause of all of this, and how as a society were we going to come alongside and right some of these wrongs that I was experiencing. And so for 2 years I spent Friday nights going to the streets of Phoenix, we definitely protected ourselves and used our Second Amendment rights, and um, we saw what was happening. And something that I was experiencing was children out of foster care. Their kids, the money goes out at 18 years old. The children then are, okay, you're 18. We've had you this long, and we can go through. I'll just start off with saying we can go through all the ills of this world. We all
Right.
know. You can
Right.
go look it up. It's on every news station. It's dark. It's all really, really dark, and I could go on for endlessly about the darkness. However, I really want to focus on the light, and I really want to focus on, if you want to know all that darkness, I know it, and it's not fun. It's not something you enjoy, but I am working on that solution on the other side. And watching these children age out of the system and it forcing them without societal support that is truly, truly genuine love and care to rehabilitate or to transition these children out of a situation. And yes, they're in foster care. The initial, you know, offset is that there is a problem at home that these children need to be rehomed. Whatever that journey has been from that moment to this moment can be good and it can be bad. We don't know. Whatever those circumstances are, however, we're still left with the same situation at hand. Now, these young adults have gone through a system and probably have not been given the same opportunities to grow at the same rate that many other children have. So
Right.
I liken it to half of our population is dealing with foster care type situations out of child protective services for a multitude of reasons. Again, some legitimate and definitely some that are not legitimate. So we're not judging it. We're coming alongside everybody that needs to be, supported. And so my mission has been to expose what the needs are, to get it out on a platform where God, I believe, has called us all to use our time, talents, and treasures. Everybody is tight for money. We're all struggling with gas prices. I mean, again, we can talk about all of this stuff all day long. It's, to me, that's a waste of my time and my energy to rehash what, where we're at. Right now, everybody has something that they can offer. They can offer a ride. They can offer to, bring a meal. They can offer to stock a pantry. There's a lot of things that we can do to come alongside other people in our society that are being overlooked and not taken care of by our government. So let's just be honest. we're we don't want our government taking care of everything. I don't want them to be the fail safe for anything in my life. I prefer to have a community support system where if I walk into the church doors, I know all my brothers and sisters are in there and everybody's, contributing and doing their part of loving one another. And when I need a safe place to fall, I want it to be with somebody close
Right.
to me that,
Right. Yeah.
that's, I
Yeah.
know you, please come alongside us. Um, so I think there's an opportunity for people to really, if they had a place to go to see the needs, where can I be a plumber for a young mom that, just she'll get her child back if her plumbing works properly, you know what I mean? If she's got new tires on her car, guess what? She can get to work. Like some of the most basic, if you're a plumber, donate your time. If you're, if you are in law, donate some time, writing a letter, filing a document, being a court watcher. Like we don't understand as a society the little things in a family in crisis are life changing and life saving. And
Right.
so that's
Right.
part of what I'm coming to the
Mhm.
table with.
Yeah, yeah. In the old days, the neighbors would take care of a family if there was a death or an illness in the family. They'd bring meals. They'd help when someone was sick or
Mhm.
hurt, and vice versa. Or if somebody got old, they would help, like mow the lawn or whatever it might be. That is not the case anymore. We don't know our neighbors. We don't know the people around us at all. There's no sense of community whatsoever, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so you have a huge passion for children.
Yeah.
Huge
I would,
passion.
I would, another ask would be get me in front of your church. Do you have a church that is looking for a really powerful a powerful partnership, a powerful, um, God talks about the burden is heavy, but when we all act as the body of
Right,
Christ,
right,
literally, if you're the eyes and I'm the ears and you're the feet, then guess what? The burden is really light. And
right.
I can go into detail on here about all the problems and all the things that derail these families from truly getting their children back.
Mhm.
I'll list that when I get the builder ready and I get all of it built, I will list all of the things that are needs for these families. And I wish I had this all built out and I wish it was all done and I wish you could just walk right into this. My ask is to do this with me. Don't leave it to me to try to build something to walk into. I need everybody to join me and build it. I need everybody to just hold hands and let's just do it together because just because I have a heart and my partner Johnny has a heart and my buddy, Dusty has a heart and Sue, you have a heart. Well, guess what? We need everybody in every community. If you just ask yourself, this is a question that I had to face. Do you know somebody illegally or I wrongfully incarcerated? Um, have they been incarcerated rightfully? However, they've done the work and recovered, and now they should be getting their second chance, right?
Right,
Let's not
right,
beat somebody up that has truly put the work and effort into the failed parts of their life where they're ready to give me another chance. Don't leave me hanging when I've gotten off of drugs or when I've gotten a place to live and when I got a job and I can do this. Don't let me fall because that's another, we're letting a lot of people fall
right,
who have done all the work to get their children back, but if they just had an RV to live in, somewhere to call home, an Airbnb with a contract for a significant amount of time to stabilize them, a
right.
car that runs, a car, the most basic necessity, transportation is the highest because you can live out of your car. That's a little, you got something to cover yourself. As simple as that is, most of the people I recognize live out of a car
Yeah,
or a van.
yeah.
Um, we can do better. We can do a lot better than living out of your car for our brothers and sisters, is how I feel. So
Our video quality is really bad right now. You're really pixelating and you're a little bad, but we can hear you fine. So, I don't know how it is on your end, but we've got a little bit of a lag time.
it's perfectly clear on mine.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. But it's all good because we can hear your message. It's weird when you're talking, it goes haywire. Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a reason.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you want the community to join together to help build for these people, build homes,
Yeah.
help provide food, cars, shelter, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So there are also there's a faction of no, are we good?
No, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a faction of people that are also having to step out of the traditional systems. Okay, we're going to talk now a little bit about some financials that are happening. There are, by again, there's many reasons why we're not beating a dead horse, but some of the consequences of these things that are happening in the family is they're not able to work traditionally in the banking system, and so they struggle sometimes having their driver's license and their birth certificate. So seeking employment is a difficult thing, even though they're upstanding citizens. They're kind of out of the system that we are
Mhm.
traditionally in, and it's causing financial stress and strain.
Right.
And so I personally have witnessed, I work with companies like crypto and gold. So I've been able to navigate the system a little bit as I work as a constitutional law consultant. So I find clients that need guidance to work in constitutional law. And then I'm a student of constitutional law, but I have a professor. And so I'm under my professor. So I get guidance from my professor while I'm in school. And now I'm helping consult with,
Right.
the master. So
Yes.
I'm able then to guide people and navigate
Yes.
their life and get them on the right path when, even though she's busy, it's at least it's direction. And we're teaching. We want to teach people how to do these things for themselves. I can't write documents for 100 million people that have had, problems. However, I can get on and teach for free and tell you and give you tips and guide you to what the Constitution says. And we're working again on the same platform. We want to add the schooling part of it. So, and it's free. Everybody gets to learn how to defend yourself. We want to prepare you before it ever comes to your doorstep. Should CPS ever show up to your doorstep, here's how to navigate that. Let's get foundationally prepared. If you're already in the process, let's figure out where you're at and what we can do to come alongside you to get you to the next level. And then constitutionally support you on every level so your rights are not being violated. Because when your rights are being violated, there's a remedy. And then we work on getting the remedy for you and your family. So it's multifaceted. We're getting you stable, then we're going to help you judicially, and then we're going to help you reunite and reunify with your family and get you the resources to start your life over. And there's all the good and then there's all the negative, and we're balancing all of it. And we're just going to take all of those negative situations and come up with solutions collectively. So, um,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah,
All right.
I think
So
we can do it.
So you said, you can't do 100,000 cases or whatever. You can't help with that, but you can teach classes. Have
Mhm.
you taught classes on this?
There, I personally have not. Again, I'm
Okay.
still considering myself in school.
Yes.
I work for somebody that guides me, and I, as a constitutional law consultant under her schooling, or her education, I'm learning how and why she does the things she do, and then I work as a server for her. So
Ah,
as I'm learning, then I actively live go around and serve around the country and take on cases that her and I collaborate on. So I'm proud of myself, though. I've contributed quite a bit of
awesome.
information and knowledge to these documents. So I'm learning enough that when I see something she doesn't see, I'm able to contribute because of the education that I'm getting. So it's just kind of a live education. And so I don't have all the answers, and I don't pretend to. I just
That
I have
I
a guide.
It's very impressive what you've done.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes, very
Um,
impressive.
I just followed what God showed me, and He brought me people that allowed me to learn and study this stuff and then create a business. It's a beautiful business. I travel around the world serving in the shadow docket for people who don't even know I exist. because their cases are big and they're important, and there's documents that people can file for you that will bring you restitution. And I'm able to do that, and someday they'll be blessed and they won't even know. You know,
Perfect. It's
it's an
very
honor.
exciting. It's very necessary. It's a
Yeah,
very necessary service, and we need to educate
it
ourselves,
is.
like you said. And it's actually
Yes,
like overwhelming for most people. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. And especially when it's a stressful situation, they have limited
yes.
resources. It's much harder. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And you can go back and look the financial constraints, and just as a basis for the foundation of how it is. So you can imagine your child, maybe you did do drugs. Okay, let's just go with a guilty party. Okay, we'll just go with guilty. And I'm, you know, think that's not the norm, but if something happened and they got caught and they did something drugs, and then they were told you have to go and take these classes and you have to test clean and you have to do all of this and keep your house, um, it's extremely difficult to be fully invested in rehab, so whatever that looks like for each individual case, and yet to be fully invested in working, providing a home, a stable car, a full, essentially a full-time life job on this side to prepare to bring them home now that you're
Right.
together,
Right.
while simultaneously being obligated to the judicial part of it that is equal time investment. So now, how does one person or two people navigate sustaining a life of home and life, and then the judicial part? It becomes so taxing and overwhelming if you miss either side at any point, to the degree they don't see you can handle it. That's where we need to
Right.
lift. We need
Right.
to lift where it comes to, don't make me choose a home over therapy. You know what I mean? I'll do some therapy. I need a home for my children to come to. I need a job that provides for my children.
Right.
So the level of diversity in these families is causing these these avoidable failures. Does that help? If that helps everybody to make sense in the kindest, I'm saying this extremely kind. There's a lot of obligations that
Yeah.
overlap and are hard to do at the same time. So these are the families that are desperate in need of support.
Look how difficult it is for the average family. The average family. Both parents work, the kids are in school or daycare.
Yeah,
It's very tight right now on purpose. Okay, we know that that's a ploy. Okay, so
correct.
expenses
Correct.
are rising. Everyone's distracted. Everyone's harried. No one's getting sleep. It's very difficult to survive with two people making a full-time income. And then you add in the mix, people have got issues, all right? It's got to be very difficult for them to surmount the obligations that they need.
Right.
Yeah,
And like I said, even assuming that they need that recovery, that there are resources. I do believe there have been resources available to come alongside the families, and they haven't been withheld. And so, again, we're working on the judicial side of it nonstop. There's millions of people
right,
across this country that are trying to obliterate the judicial system, and I'll be the first to say it. However, that is a job that millions of people are working on, and I'm in gratitude for that. They're working on exposing anything and everything in every aspect of our lives. But right now, yes, I agree and participate in all. If it's a wrong, I want it the truth.
right,
However, right now, while we're righting all of these wrongs, the families are falling faster.
right.
They're just falling through the cracks because
Yeah,
we're focused on one aspect, beautiful, but nobody's picking up what's happening over here. And that's why I'm like, we have to balance. We've got to hit the judicial system. Yes. We've got to hit all of the places that have wronged humanity. However, where do these people fall? Where do they land? Sorry, I apologize. Where do they land when we start judicially winning and they get out of the system? Now what do we do with them? They don't have a home, they don't have a car, they don't. where are they going to go, and how are we going to love them through this, and see the systematic, you know, this, just we want to help our brothers and sisters. I'm trying to be
Right,
as
right,
polite and
right,
tactful as I can.
right.
Like I
Yes,
just, yeah.
you're being very delicate. This,
Because my heart is just redemption. I just want redemption for these families. And guess what? My thing is it's Christmas. Let's just say Christmas in July. Let's commit before the end of July that we are going to, as a society, take the next 6 months and sacrifice. Let's all sacrifice, and let's be the feet of Jesus and come alongside me, get on this train, right? Let's get on this bus and let's pick up where we can. Let's lift where we can. Let's support where we can, and get as many children that are supposed to be home with their parents. Let's not, there's all over Facebook. Look under just Child Protective Services. You have a million families saying, I missed groceries in my closet. I need groceries in my pantry, please, by Friday. If I have groceries, guess what? I get my babies back. So let's do that at the bare minimum. Let's take care of those needs that we know we
right,
can sacrifice. We
right.
don't have to have money. They're not asking for money. If you're
Yeah,
going downtown, give somebody a ride. If you're next
yeah,
door to some girl, babysit her baby while she's got to go sit in court for 5 hours. There's some really easy, cheap things. Go be a court watcher. Go sit in a courtroom. Hold hands with the person, and they're in our churches. They're your next door neighbor. We have to start opening the conversation.
right.
Raise your hand in this room if you've been affected. Raise your hand if you needed a ride or a new tire or a plumbing issue that would have saved, you would have
Right.
got a visit with your child.
Yeah.
Let's start talking about what we need, and in love serve until Christmas, and let's get as many babies home. That would be my heart's
It's a
desire, right?
beautiful goal, beautiful goal. And we are here today to get the word out about this issue.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that, we can help with. Like you said, there's so many ways, small, big, some are free, some take modest money, some are bigger. You know what I mean?
Right.
People need basic,
But everybody can donate. Everybody can spend. And then if you have absolutely nothing else, prayer. Pray for our team. Pray for the teams of people around this country that are living out of their cars to do
yeah,
this work, because
yeah,
it's more important to support and take care of these
right,
issues than to be in comfort. So let's
right,
get a little uncomfortable, everybody. Let's get some uncomfortableness, and let's give, and let's serve, and let's give till it hurts, and in the right way. Not to another building, not to another, to your brothers and your sisters. That's who our focus is, and they live
right.
next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
So
is what I would say. It's got to happen at the grassroots level. All
it
right.
does.
It's
Yeah.
got to happen when people, like, they'll see something that's awry in their neighborhood or whatever. They go out of their way to help, or they notice, they bring something, they do something, whatever it is. It does not have to be big. Okay. And obviously, if you have the resources, big is better. But
100%. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because the need is out there. And a lot of times we'll see someone on the street asking for money, okay? And people will say, "Oh, get a job or whatever." And okay, do you think these people don't want to work? There's a
Right.
lot of factors in it, right? One is having a stable address sometimes, so you can get identification, so you can get the job, right? If you're on the books. Yeah,
Yeah.
awful.
Thank you
Yeah.
for adding all that. These are the details that
Yeah.
to us, we just get in our car, drive down to the MVD, get our driver's license, and then we go to work. Like, we
Yeah.
don't think, if you don't have a car and you don't have any money, and you know what I mean, that, like,
Yeah.
start from the beginning. How do you get from A to Z when you don't have A all
Yeah.
all the way to Y?
Yeah.
Like, now
Right.
how do I get to Z?
Yeah.
This is an easy thing. When you're going to DMV, find somebody out of a shelter that needs that support and pay for it. Go pay the $10 and get them their ID, please. It gives them their life back.
Right.
Now they can move. Now they can get a bank account. Now they can, give them an address.
Yep.
Do you have a garage you convert? Do you have an RV you can park next to your house and keep them out of your house, but put them in your RV? I mean, can you come alongside and get uncomfortable? Get
Yeah.
really uncomfortable with people that don't live like you, that don't work in the world like you. Can you overlook? I had to do this. I had to overlook the way, homesteading type families live. It's not my life. I don't live like that. But now I know a lot of it is caused, and then some of it is by choice. They want to live like that. They don't mind not having financial means the way other people do. They just want a basic, simple life. But with the obligations and the not ability
Right.
to work in the system, they don't have the ability to even function in the outside of the matrix
Right.
world, if you
Right.
will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could just even bring food over to your neighbors, a sandwich, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It could be
Yeah.
something small. Obviously, like I said, we want to unify on this and make this movement bigger and bigger and bigger. The resources are coming for that.
Yeah.
The change
Yeah.
is coming. Yeah.
Well, and I think God's calling his people to,
Yes.
in my soul, I'm looking at it like I can't take it with me. And so in this time, I have been taught through very hard lessons that it's more important to give to the people that are in need, even if you don't understand everything always. If they're righteous, and just use the parents, if they're good parents and they do deserve their children back in these scenarios,
Right.
why are they being left out of the cracks?
Yeah.
They're not looking
Yeah.
for mansions. Get them a camper, get them a small apartment,
Right.
something safe that they can provide for their children. That's all they're looking for.
Agreed. Agreed.
So,
Until the
yeah,
pandemic happened, I never, ever, ever heard of anyone living in their car before. The pandemic comes,
yeah,
I have friends living in their car even now. And it's upsetting to me
yes.
because, to me, first of all, I don't feel like they're truly safe. And it can't be comfortable for long term, right? But it's the only thing they can do. Horrible. But
Well, I have to tell you, so some of the people that I'm working with
right.
doing the work that they're doing, gentleman in particular has followed a group of trafficked people for 3 years.
Hmm.
3 years. His personal money, he saw something, and he took the next 3 years of his life to follow the trail so he doesn't ever lose the trail to this ring. Okay. These are the people I work. They live out of their car. He slept in a car for 3 years. I have him in a bed. I have a home that God has provided. He's in a bed right now. He's sleeping peacefully. He's fed. He's being loved, and he's being able to rest.
Right.
And there's another gentleman that is the
Right.
same thing, been working out of his car, and they're just at a time of rest right now.
Right.
And
Right.
so we're ready to get back out on the road once we get the support. We've been kind of riding alone, and now all three of us matched up, and I'm like,
Yep.
okay, all right,
Awesome.
let's work together. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
So,
what would you like the viewer to take away from this video today? I mean, I'm putting you on the spot here.
um, yeah, absolutely. I will when this gets built. Obviously, I'm going to have a platform. I have Urban Night Girl, and I'm going to continue to track this to the best of my ability. People have to understand. We all work all the time for everybody. We get
Right.
calls all day long. Cases, and then we've got severe cases. I mean, I have it all. So I'm starting soft and small with my request, but I do on the backside have some pretty severe stuff that is not able to be talked about. So I work in
Right.
both worlds, and
Right.
I want people to take away, go do your research, please. Don't take my word for it. Go find the needs. If you're in a church and you want to start this, I would love to be an advocate. I'll come and speak at your church or come and speak at your event, and I will help you get established doing this in your community. And I want you to the biggest thing is be aware, pay attention, listen, put your phone down and listen to your friends. Go talk to your neighbor, go get online and look up CPS stuff in your community, and there will be lists of people saying, this is what's happening and I need help with this. Does anybody have any advice? They're begging. They will openly tell you everything on these channels because they're looking for support from the community.
Right.
I did this in the court system and it didn't work. Help me. What do I do next? And there are people that have been teaching and have been helping, and we just want that to grow. We want
Excellent.
everybody to be open to seek out your brothers and sisters that need you, and it's out there everywhere, under specifically under the foster care umbrella, because these families are needing our support and love.
Right.
So
Right.
that's my biggest pay attention. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
And so you have helped
yeah.
them file paperwork on occasion. You're a process server, it sounds like. You go all over to help people. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I actually have people hidden too. I mean, I have them in properties out of the system where, I just make sure that, because they have situations where, children are in danger, from perpetrators in the like, you know what I'm saying, they're in the system, and so that's also a need. I have people
Yeah.
that they need protection,
Yeah.
and it's because, the other party, they have another party that's kind of violent, and they've gotten their, thank God they've gotten their child back, but now
Yeah.
they're needing to get away from somebody that's
Right.
not good for them and their
Right.
children.
Right.
And so we have those things. We need people, for protection and having safe places for some people to exit an abusive situation. So we're rehoming. Great. Mom or dad both got their children back. Let's get them somewhere safe where they can restart without the threat of somebody else. So that's a different issue. I know I could just go on. I don't mean to take it over, but there's a
No.
lot of
Yeah.
opportunities. And these are real, dad's going to kill mom and kids. I mean, this stuff really happens. So I have been able to partner with people that have property that you can now, you're out of the system. Go up here and get your camper, and let's keep you safe
Yeah.
and live in
Yeah.
in a community of other people for protection, so that you and your children can. And that, it's communities, they're homeschooling, they're homesteading, they're having chickens, and they're living a country life in the mountains, away from whatever it was that
Right.
brought them there. And I
Right.
need that help desperately. That is a big. You want to go hunting and camping in Arizona? I got some property that could use a little bit of country boys, up there showing a presence, and just protecting some families that are. I've got some new people coming into this property that need to be somewhere. So I could
Okay.
really use some support on some property where just some safety and presence of men.
Okay.
You want a weekend away camping? Let's go camping. It's
Yeah.
just loving your neighbor and standing up for them and showing they have people that are here supporting them. Don't think we're not paying attention to, what's going on. So just however we can lift for families is the best option right now. So.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I support what you're doing. You've put yourself out there, and I know you didn't plan for your life to go like this, right? It just became a passion for you, but you took action. That's the thing. A lot of us have like interests or ideas, but we don't do anything with it. You are putting that to work, and I love that. Yeah. So how
Yeah.
can someone help you if they're watching right now and they want to help you? Is there a way we can help you?
Um, I try that. My goal was never to take money. So the way I do it again is I'm looking for resources. So gas money, or so gas cards, that's about the kind of cash I prefer to take, is if it's providing gas to drive where we need to drive. Any kind of housing, people can donate points for plane tickets, points for hotels. Um, they can offer up, like, let's say somebody has a small little church, they can offer their church as a place. I'm going to come speak in San Diego, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
driving to California, I'm going to be in San Diego. I'm going to start helping the community the best I can. I'm going to come alongside families, and if you want to host us, get us here.
All right.
Get us here, get us, have, just like, I feel like Jesus, Yeshua just went around and said, let me serve you. And what did they do? Come in my home and let me lay down here and let me get you a meal. I'm not looking for any, we're not looking for anything. We're looking to be received, that people want the help that we're willing to do, which I've been working pro bono from day one. I have been
Right,
helped for the family, but we're not here making money. This isn't a money making
right,
grab. This is
right.
literally pouring back into stability for people that don't have the stability. So, um, it's a big ask. It's all a big ask. But again, many hands make the load very light.
So you'll give me information that I can put in the description of this video for people that want to contact you or help you in some way.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Awesome.
We're going to build a platform to people. Here's the needs. I don't want to do the work for you. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't want to babysit anybody. I'm going to build something. It's between you and God. You seek this out. Don't look to me to hold your hand to find a need to be fulfilled. Do your due diligence, get your center with God Almighty, and you choose how you're going to serve. I'm just giving you the offer. This is what I do. This is what I want. I'm not going to hold anybody's hand because that's not my job. My job is to give them a place to come and serve when God calls them to serve and what he calls them to serve with. And I don't judge what it is. I don't care if you give $50 million or $1. If your $1 was 100 million to you, then guess what? Just like the talents, God calls us to what he calls us to. And so I'm just asking you to follow your heart, not me. Not me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you'll be coming to the Empowered Light Expo and speaking
Yes.
about what you do. Yay. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. And you've been a recent addition. And it seems like God, Daddy, is bringing together all of those
Mhm.
that have a different passion. Like we're all trying to help society and
Yeah.
humanity in the world in our way. You might be good at this, somebody else is good at that. It's all necessary to improve what
Yeah.
we've got. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
beautiful.
and the best part is everybody can give something.
Yeah,
Everybody can give something. It doesn't, so it is, everybody can participate, period. And if you're in a
right,
wheelchair, guess what? Log on to a Zoom and be a court watcher. Somebody can plug you in. I don't care if you can't get out of bed. You can be a court watcher for somebody who needs eyes on a judge, or you know what I'm saying, on a situation. Come
right.
listen and see if I'm help me.
Yeah,
Be a voice for me. Just be somebody, or show up if you're elderly and retired. Show up and hold my hand and sit with me at court as I watch this process happen, and just be there for me. Just be, we all need somebody to just sit with us. Just sit with me. Just be in my presence and know that I have somebody in my corner just sitting and holding my hand and praying for me. The power of sitting with somebody in pain. It's doesn't cost a dime. Not a dime. So it's an
awesome.
easy request if you look at it from the perspective of giving nothing but your heart. And then everything else is the abundance above,
Right.
just sitting in that space.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
You are amazing, and I thank you for
Well, thank you.
all that you've done to help others. And I appreciate you taking your time to talk with me today. I know it was sudden, but I appreciate that.
I need the word out because,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see the need. If I hadn't gone through this experience, I have one family that I have gotten the privilege to walk this journey from beginning to end. And it is a powerful story that will be told. It will be told. And however, it taught me from the time I started my ministry in the streets, um, after 2 years of learning that, God just brought me through this to kind of see the wrap up of that. And I have a documentary called Cages, so it's on Rumble with Screw Big Gov. So I'll plug that. I did a documentary with Lewis Herm about 5 years ago, and it I it was a thing that I found in Arizona after all the work that I did in Arizona. The
Right.
documentary was what came out of it.
Right.
So that's another piece of this, and it'll give you a guide of why I'm where I'm at today. It's kind of a foundational piece
Awesome.
of the progress that I've made from the exposure to what's happening, and then how to come alongside these families and really, really dig in and leave the horrid behind judicially, now working as a constitutional consultant, and then to let's let's just come alongside them and
Right.
now finish this. Yeah.
Right. Okay, it's called
So,
Cages and it's on Rumble. What's the
yep.
name of the channel on Rumble?
Screw Big Gov.
Love it. Okay.
So,
You're a big
yeah.
guy. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so, so very much for your time. I appreciate it. I look forward to meeting you like next week.
I love
It's
it.
gonna
I
be,
can't wait. And
yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
thank you for having me. It's in gratitude. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.